Winning your VA disability claim is not about just having a diagnosis. It's about proving service connection and demonstrating the severity of your symptoms, occupationally, socially, and relationally, with strong, credible medical evidence so that you're in the best position to win your claim. Today, I'm going to go over 5 key forms of private medical evidence that can help you win your claim and put you in the best position today. The first one is the Disability Benefits Questionnaire I'm going to go over. The second is Nexus Letters and Independent Medical Opinions. Third is Independent Psychological Evaluations and IMOs, Rebuttal Letters, and 100% Permanent and Total Request Letters. If you want to win your claim, here is what you need to know, okay? Private medical evidence is crucial for your VA disability claims, right? Having that is a secret weapon that can help you to be in the best position to win your claim, right? It's one of the pieces of evidence that you can have going into your claim to put you in the best position to have some leverage with your claim, okay? It's the one thing that the VA can't give you, the VSO can't give you, the DAV, the Legion, the VFW, they can't give you these things and you can't. But good private medical evidence is key. You are your best advocate. Be proactive in getting this treatment, especially for benefits that you can get for the rest of your life. Next, the DBQs and the Nexus Letters and Independent Medical Opinions, they provide alternative medical documentation that can counter VA denials or low ratings, okay? And we're going to get into detail about that. The independent psychological evaluations are valuable for mental health claims. Rebuttal letters and 100% permanent and total request letters, these help you, the veteran, fight for your rightful benefits by addressing errors, submitting additional medical evidence, and ensuring lifelong compensation for your permanent disabilities. Let's get right into the disability benefits questionnaire. Control the outcome. Control your narrative. A DBQ is a standardized form developed by the VA. So for every condition that you want to file for the VA, and this is open to the public, you can Google disability benefits questionnaires for VA claims. There is a standardized form. So when you go to that compensation and pension exam, these compensation and pension examiners, that's what they are filling out as a disability benefits questionnaire. And they're trying to figure out, based on evidence, based on what is compiled and given to them from the rater and from the VA, how severe occupationally and socially, and how you're impacted for whatever condition it is that you're filed. They fill out that disability benefits questionnaire, and that determines yes or no if this is service connected or not. It determines if it is more likely than not, in fact, highly probable, or at least as likely as not connected to your service. And it also lets the VA know if you have a diagnosis or not. You got to remember, the VA rater is not a doctor. They are a rater that is looking at all the evidence, that's trained and hired by the VA and put through their training to make decisions on your claim. The doctors, the board certified professionals that are qualified to fill out these DBQs, they're the ones really that are controlling the narrative. But you got to remember, the compensation and pension examiners are hired by who? The VA. So you have the right to come with a private medical disability benefits questionnaire, and it can definitely help you. It's worth it because these benefits are for life, okay? The VA relies heavily on CMP exam results, which can sometimes be incomplete, rushed, or inaccurate, as a lot of veterans know all too well. A DBQ completed by a private doctor allows veterans to provide an alternative medical evaluation, one that is often more thorough and can be more friendly for you to win your claim, okay? So sometimes, let's say if you have PTSD, you go to a psychological evaluation, they downplay your symptoms and give you a wrong rating, and it's not in alignment with the severity of your PTSD. Well, you come with a independent psychological DBQ Nexus letter from a board certified psychiatrist or psychologist. You submit that in. Well, guess what? Now you have leverage, and you can say, hold on a second. I gave my private psychologist all my evidence, and I did provide all this proof, and this doctor downplayed it. It wasn't a good CMP exam, and it's not fair to me. So that is one of the things that you can use as kind of ammo going into the firefight, using that DBQ completed by that private, in this case, psychologist, can be beneficial and might even expedite your claims process. Number two, Nexus Letters and IMOs, independent medical opinions, could be the missing link to service connection. A Nexus letter is a medical document from a licensed healthcare provider that explicitly states whether your condition is at least as likely as not caused by your military service. An independent medical opinion provides an even more in-depth medical analysis, often including a review of your service records, medical history, and research studies backed by scientific and medical literature supporting your VA disability claim. Nexus letters and IMOs are often one and the same depending on the provider and level of detail. Why it's important? Because if the VA denies service connection, it's usually because the nexus connection between service and the disability is unclear. A well-written Nexus letter or IMO can fill this gap. Look in the description of this video if you need a DBQ or you need a Nexus letter from an unbiased opinion that can thoroughly review your records and give you competent medical and scientific literature research to back your Nexus letter. If you go and you bring a garbage Nexus letter and the research is not that thorough or good, don't expect to win your claim. Make sure that you get the right help. Don't go out here to some of these companies out here just whipping up things and throwing mud up against the wall, because that's not going to help you neither, and you might end up wasting your money. Okay, so Nexus letters are huge, and if you connect DBQs and the Nexus letters, if you bring the 1-2 punch, as I call it, bring that ammunition to the firefight, that could put you in a really, really good position to win your claim and to be in the best position to move forward and get the benefits that you deserve. Number three, independent psychological evaluation and independent medical opinion can strengthen your mental health claims as well. For you filing depression, anxiety, mental health, PTSD, a private psychological evaluation can provide compelling evidence to support your claim. It's important because VA mental health C&P exams can be subjective and inconsistent. A private independent psychological evaluation in IMO offers a second opinion from a licensed mental health professional. So let's say you're struggling with PTSD, you receive a low rating because the C&P examiner claims the symptoms are mild. Well, your private psychologist conducts a full mental health evaluation, documents severe symptoms, submits an IMO and a DBQ, bam, bam, that knockout punch, leading to a higher rating on your appeal. Right? It's very important. Make sure that you get a psychologist or psychiatrist familiar with VA disability claims, have them complete a combined DBQ and IMO, ensure the evaluation covers symptoms, impact on work, social life, and daily activities. Very important, veterans. DBQ, Nexus letter combination. Rebuttal letters. What do you do if you are getting proposed reduction, or if you've been treated unfair by the VA and have an unfair decision? How do you fight that? A rebuttal letter, and that's a formal response to the VA denial or low rating decision, right? It challenges factual errors, misinterpretations, or missing medical evidence in the VA's ruling, especially if the compensation and pension examiner discounts the probative value or it was an unfair exam, right? The private provider's medical evidence during the C&P exam, can your private provider's medical evidence and rebuttal letter can help combat that and fight that as well. It's important because many VA denials happen because of bad C&P exams. These C&P examiners are just taking video training and are signing up with QTC Optum or Veterans Evaluation Services to do these exams, and not all are qualified, not all have strapped on a pair of boots. We all know that too well, and a lot of times they don't give due justice to you as the veteran, and the only one that's missing out is you, the veteran, right? So very, very important to make sure that you know and that you have the right to use a rebuttal letter to fight against any decisions that are unfair to you or unjust. 100% permanent in total request letter securing the benefits that you deserve. It provides lifetime VA benefits, including monthly compensation, healthcare, education, and even property tax exemptions in some states. A P&T request letter formally asks the VA to recognize a veteran's disability as permanent, total, completely disabling, and unlikely to improve over time. It's important because the VA does not always grant P&T status automatically. even if you, the veteran, qualify. The letter provides medical justification for a permanent rating. So let's say that you have a severe back problem. You're rated at 100%, but not P&T, meaning that you could be subject to future reevaluations. A private physician submits a P&T request letter stating that the condition for your back is permanent, total, progressive, and unlikely to improve. Guess what the VA does? They grant P&T status, ensuring lifetime benefits. What you need to do is have a private doctor confirm and write in the letter that the condition is permanent with no likelihood of improvement. Very important to put that in the letter. Permanent with no likelihood of improvement. Attach relevant DBQs, IMOs, and prior VA decisions. If applicable, highlight your inability to work as well too. So if you're relying on VSOs, the VA C&P exams, or your own knowledge, you could be jeopardizing your claim. These are private medical evidence tips that you can have to help you gain more control over your narrative and significantly increase your chances of winning your VA disability claim. Stay in the fight, stay in the know, stay getting the help that you need. Do not give up. Thank you for tuning into this video today. Like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, share this out with someone, a fellow veteran that can use this information. And thank you for your service to our country. I appreciate you. We're going to keep the videos coming. Thank you very, very much.